All right, we're back for another episode of Fresh and Fit. We don't know how many more times we're going to be saying that, but here we are once again. We're happy to be here.
Let's go.
James, it's good to see you.
Let's go.
Today, it's good to see you. Other days, I don't know, but today, it's good to see you.
That's okay. I feel that way about you, too, as well.
You already were ridiculing my pauses, which I don't know what the issue is with those, but we are here. I'm happy to be here, happy to be alive. First show of 2024, and we have a special guest. A familiar face if you are a runner in the greater Cleveland and probably even beyond that. I'm not sure, but good friend of ours, Adam. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I should have realized I have a calendar that it is the first episode of 2024.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing, bro. Adam, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
It's amazing. We all just figured that out right now, including myself.
Yeah. You know what's so crazy? Running a marathon is actually on my radar this year. Seriously.
All right.
It's actually on my radar. So when is the Cleveland Marathon?
So the Cleveland Marathon is actually on May 19th. That is actually the Sunday, May 19th, which is going to have the half and the full. Okay. The day before is also the 5K and the 10K. So Marathon Week technically starts May 18th with the 5K and the 10K. And then Sunday, May 19th, is the half and the full.
Could I get ready for a marathon?
Can I answer that question for
months?
him? Can I answer that question?
It's your show, man.
No, I'm going to let you do it because I was going to say something real not so nice. So I would rather our guest answer that.
Thank you.
Of course you can.
Okay.
Of course you can. There's a lot of online plans that you can partake in. Quick Google search. Okay. So there's a lot of different things, a lot of support groups on social media. Just a few clicks of the button. There's a Cleveland Marathon training group on Facebook. So there's a lot of different ways that you can talk to individuals, or if you want to just go solo with a plan, there's definitely ways you can find something online.
All right.
You doing this?
Yeah, I really want to do it. I'm dead serious.
All right. So you got barely over 5 months.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
I was going to do a powerlifting competition first and then do a bodybuilding competition. Then I was going to do a marathon. But now I'm going to do the marathon first. Then I might do the bodybuilding first. Now I'm going to do it in reverse. Yeah, I'm going to do it in reverse.
I think you doing the marathon would be more of a feat.
Yeah.
Because I think you're probably more on your way to a bodybuilding competition or
I can do that.
Whatever else, pushing over a building,
right?
Lifting up a car.
Yeah, powerlifting competition. You know, I've won one before. I'm not gonna say I won one. I finished third in the region. So between Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, I finished third.
Oh. He lost to me.
Yeah. For my weight class, so 240. Yeah.
240. What are you now?
248.
You 248 really?
Yeah.
What do you think I am?
230.
You know, typically most people guess my weight way under.
Okay.
You were close.
Yeah. Where are you?
Between 2 and 225.
Okay.
Yeah. Was that doubt?
Doubt of what?
Oh, you smirk your face.
I did smirk my face.
Oh, okay.
I'm just good at guessing weight because I know people's bodies. You know.
Yeah, you're doing that all the time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Adam, so you're a Cleveland guy.
Oh, born and raised.
Yes, please.
I just got to get this out here.
Yes.
I was born on November 15th, 1989. The Cavs beat the Golden State Warriors with Steve Kerr on the bench. So literally history from day one.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Father was watching my parents at Hillcrest Hospital were watching the Cavs play the Sixers, and then I was born in the middle of the night. Cavs beat the Warriors with Steve Kerr on the bench. That's how much of a Cleveland guy I am.
Wow.
1989. Mm-hmm. So he's an 80s baby like us.
80s baby.
Barely. 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Barely.
You know what I read recently is that, I don't know who put this out there, but it was somewhere on social media, it was floating around, that just because you were born in the 80s doesn't make you an 80s baby. It's where your
childhood is.
Your childhood years.
So we're 90s babies?
I don't like that, though. Like, I consider us 80s babies because the idea of a 90s baby, I don't even want to associate it.
But you technically were a 90s baby.
So I was born in 87.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But you're like a baby in the 90s, though.
So what are you? Do you consider yourself a 90s or an 80s baby?
I'm born in 84, baby.
Yeah, you're an 80s baby.
80s baby.
I was an 80s infant. I'm a 90s baby.
Yeah, I'm an 80s baby. You a 90s baby.
My
boy.
earliest memory was as a 3-year-old, which puts me in at 90.
Yeah, 90.
I'm gonna go with an 80s baby. Oh, I'm an 80s. No.
You're a 90s baby.
What did I stir up?
Yeah, that's what's up.
So tell the folks a little bit about what your role is with the Cleveland Marathon.
So the Cleveland Marathon, we have an ambassador program, and it's a team currently around 30 men and women from the Northeast Ohio region. Cleveland, because we consider Cleveland in Northeast Ohio everywhere from actual Cleveland to basically Sandusky, Youngstown, right below facts. Akron. So that's all Cleveland. It's the Cleveland market. If you're watching Cleveland sports, you're the Cleveland market. Even parts of, northern Columbus, I would still consider the Cleveland area, like that, where Gray's like an Ashland area.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have individuals, actually, one team member is from Ashland. So we have a team of 30 individuals, and what we do is we promote the Cleveland Marathon. It's a lot of fun. We get very creative with it. Very diverse group. We have moms on the team. We have children like myself on the team. And we also have every talent level from newer runners that are getting into it in the last handful of years. And I still consider myself a newer runner. And then we have individuals who have ran all over the world. Actually, you guys had a guest, Chris Thaxton.
Yes.
He talented runner.
Okay.
So
amazing dude.
Oh, phenomenal guy. Very modest too. And that's the best part is everybody is very supportive of each other. But for example, with Chris, he ran Boston. He's running London soon. So all the big sixes. So we have talent levels from all over. But we're all coming together to build this community and support the race, and because they go hand in hand.
What's a good marathon time for a beginner?
To finish, I would say.
To finish,
yeah. Because if you start putting expectations, you got that expectation from somebody else.
Okay.
So I don't want to lead you one way or another, but to finish. And then the next time you do it, to beat yourself before.
Okay.
Is what I would
That's
definitely
good.
go with, yeah.
That's one of the best pieces of advice I've heard when it comes, not even just to running, this athletics in general, especially if you've done it for the first time.
Yeah. To finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
But if you do it in over 5 hours, I'm going to talk about you on the show.
5 hours. I thought 6. I thought 6 was okay.
Now, you know what? Let me. I've never even ran a marathon, so
I know. You ran track.
Yeah, I know. That's probably why I didn't run a marathon. I think I grew to hate it post college, and then I kind of came back around to it.
That's kind of how I was about football. Once I stopped trying to make a pro team or whatever, people are like, you should coach. I'm like, I don't want to coach, man. Forget those kids.
You kind of need to be separated from that.
Yeah, you have what I call baller withdrawal, which means it's kind of like a form of athletic depression. Realizing that
very true.
Your career is over in this thing. So you have and then too, you're not the guy no more. You know what I'm saying? You used to going out, being a guy, getting drinks, doing whatever, just being a guy.
High metabolism.
All that stuff is dead.
Yeah.
It's dead. So it's hard to let that go. So you have that what I call baller withdrawal, you know what I'm saying? So I think you need a period. Some people periods last sometimes their whole life. They're nothing outside of their sport. Some people it takes a couple months, some people it take years. But I think it's all about having something set up after your career or after your football or professional, whatever athletic career is over.
So so I don't want to skate over the fact that you said you're going to do a marathon. Where's the accountability in this? We need this in a writing or something.
Oh, bro.
And we got two witnesses here.
Listen, if I tell you a duck can pull a truck, all you got to do is hook the sucker up.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I want to see this duck pull a truck.
If I tell you a duck can pull a truck, bro, what have you known me to say that I don't do?
You put me on the spot. Give me some time.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. First, for you to have to do that, shows.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Much respect. Is there anything that you? I would imagine you probably come across a lot of people in the running community.
A ton.
And similar to the ambassadors in the program, who they represent, probably a wide range of abilities, people that have been running since, 15, 20 plus years, to people that came out for the first time that day. What do you have any advice for someone who is looking to get into running, but maybe has some apprehensions or some just things that's kind of holding them up from doing so?
That's an excellent question. So first things first, anybody talking trash is doing it from their couch. So the thing is with not even just Cleveland. I'm just so used to saying Cleveland running, but running communities in general. Very supportive group, but also in a good sense, very selfish in the sense of I am too focused on my own personal growth to be taking the time to judge another runner. So it's never like that. You want everybody to do better, and you're supporting them that way for sure. So come on out. We understand you may be running a 14, 15-minute mile, but with these running communities in Cleveland, you're going to get people that are running 6-minute miles. But ironically, the 6-minute mile runners are the biggest advocates for everybody, the most modest and supportive people for sure. So that mindset immediately of just remember, no one is here to judge you. They're here to support you is step number one.
That's amazing. Speaking of which, what other advice would you give as far as clothing? Like, should you wear tights? Should you wear shorts? Like, what do you prefer? Like, what do you tend to run in?
Have you ever seen footage of Adam Sandler playing basketball?
Yo, I know. No, I know exactly where you're going with this.
Just don't wear that.
It's so spot on.
Yeah. Just don't wear that.
Wear like baggy shorts and
polos and basketball shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam Sandler does not dress like he's playing basketball.
And one shorts. You're right. A polo shirt.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's got a
some
wet
game.
Jump shot.
He got game though. Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So okay. All right. And what about shoes? I think shoes are like very important, right?
It's the most important part for sure. So there's a lot of good running stores in the Northeast Ohio area. So I would definitely just stop on by.
Okay.
And they're always very, very supportive to just, obviously measure your feet. And there's a lot of cool technology out there.
Yeah.
To realize like how your ankles and your toes and all that stuff that's beyond any of my knowledge. But they have a lot of technology. And then they are able to basically give you a consultation right then and there.
A store like Second Soul or something like that?
Correct. Yeah, stores like that.
I can go there and be like, hey, look, I'm 240, okay? I'm trying to run a marathon. I don't plan on staying 240 this whole time, so give me a couple pair of shoes. I plan to run about 40 pounds off me.
The stores I know, and there's three. There's two that I could think of. Second Soul, Vertical Runner is another good one.
Okay.
They're like in Brecksville. And there's another one
Fleet Feet.
Yep, thanks.
Yep.
Fleet Feet.
Fleet Feet. What kind of shoes do you run in?
So currently I'm in Asics.
Asics, okay.
But I also run in Brooks. So Brooks was always the one that I traditionally, if I'm purchasing for myself, I go Brooks.
Okay.
Asics, to name drop, Run with the Winners. I was a part of a launch for Asics.
Okay.
And they're awesome shoes as well. So I've been running with those recently.
That's fire. Fire.
And just a quick plug with Run with the Winners. Run with the Winners was the running group in Cleveland that when I came out of my running slump. Like I said, I ran in college.
Yeah, I remember you doing a little bit of Run with the Winners.
That's how we know each other.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So Run with the Winners is obviously it's a community group within Cleveland, and really like all running abilities and experiences has been welcome there. But that was the group that brought me back out of my shell, and probably will be the one that brings me back out of my shell again.
First of all, shout out to Steph and Kat for Run with the Winners. Yeah. And the way I describe Run with the Winners, it's like if Hey Arnold from Nickelodeon, the old 90s cartoon, was a run club and they all became adults. That's Run with the Winners.
That's cool. Now I don't see many, I hate to make this racial, black people like running like like long distance besides Africans?
You obviously haven't been to Run with the Winners.
Okay,
It's
okay,
a very diverse group.
Very diverse group. Okay.
Very
Yeah,
diverse
I would agree with that too.
Okay.
And there's just a lot of, the assumption is sometimes if it's either you're black or you're white, right? Even though we know that's not the
That's not the case,
right? But
because who knows what you are?
honestly, up until about 2 or 3 years ago, I knew for sure. I don't even know now.
Yeah.
That's another story.
Because you look like an Italian gangster. Like
I am Italian.
no, but I thought you're Sicilian.
Sorry, guys. Let's do this real quick.
Is that the little
got
horn?
her.
Is that the
I'm
horn?
Italian and I'm Lebanese.
Okay. So why do you look like an Italian monster
You
from
gotta-
Miami?
You gotta ask the creator himself that question. He's the one that blessed me with these
understand it.
looks. Is it the mustache?
It's the mustache.
Okay,
with
it's a new thing
with the
I'm
hair.
trying out right now.
It's the mustache with the hair that's just very like
Yeah,
gangster.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Do you
Engage in.
any type of mobster activity?
I can't confirm nor deny.
No deny.
Although I'll choose to deny at the time.
Chad Coleon over here.
Chad Corleone. That's your new name. Chad Corleone.
Did you know the term 80 when you 86 something?
Yeah.
You familiar with that, right?
Means it's dead, right?
Yeah, because do you know where that term came from? Why 86?
No, why 86?
So I learned this. This was back in 2019. We went to Vegas for vacation, and we were coming back from the desert, from the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And they would say that the mobsters in Vegas, when they would 86 someone, that meant that you take their body out 8 miles,
And 6 feet deep.
6 feet deep.
Ooh.
So when you 86, so when we say 86, that getting rid of something, that's what the meaning.
I thought it was a year or something reference to 86.
ain't know.
But now it's 8 miles and 6 feet deep.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Adam, man, are you married, dating, anything like that?
Currently on the market, ladies.
Currently on the market. Hey,
What?
Burr, 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 burr.
This interview also acts as a dating app.
Do you think the time you spend running, could you date someone that wasn't a runner? Can you date someone that
Oh, that's a good question.
that isn't into like running and stuff like that?
For sure. Absolutely. I mean, my biggest thing is just, first of all, not everybody, I hear this a lot from non-runners. They're like, oh, don't hate me, I don't run. I'm like, do you have a passion of some sort? And
Yeah.
like, yeah, I like this or I do that. That's awesome.
Cool.
That's all I care about is just passion in something. Like, yeah, it happens to be running for me. But when I date somebody, I want, whatever they're passionate about, just go for it.
Do you have like a crazy? All right, I don't know why this is kind of on my mind, but do you have like a crazy diet? Because I feel like people who are like scared to run have all these inhibitions or all these things that's probably like, oh, I don't want to run because it might do this. Do you have like a crazy diet? You know what I'm saying, that you follow to run?
If you would have asked me this a week ago, because I mean, right now with New Year's resolutions and stuff like that.
Okay.
So towards I come out pretty clean in January. February goes pretty well. Leading up to the marathon goes well. Now we're talking October. Now we're talking November. Now we're talking December. And I'm up in my miles. I'm exhausted. I go through too many drive-throughs.
Okay.
So
You're a drive-through of choice.
Oh, Taco Bell. I'm a Taco Bell guy.
So that's
yeah.
are you trying to like?
Colton, the
Are you
ultimate.
trying to
The chip
spark
is
your
colon
run? Are you
cleanser.
trying to spark your run? Like, what are you doing, bro?
Well, you know what it is, honestly. Like, so first of all, I love it.
Okay.
Second of all, it does give me that mentality of if I'm eating all this today, and it is my cheat meal.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. Anytime you have diets and stuff like that, don't go cold turkey. You can't.
You gotta have
Because
a
if
good
you're
meal.
not living, you're not living. And my mindset with this, because that is a common question for first-time runners or new runners, they're very strict with it. You're not going to tell your niece or your nephew on their fifth birthday party that you're not going to eat the cake.
Right.
Eat the cake.
Eat the cake, anime.
Eat the cake. So cheat meals, do it. You don't want to do it every single day.
Can't do it. It's not a cheat meal if you do it every day.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, people. It's not a cheat meal if you eat that crap every day.
So I'm not a huge sweets guy,
Okay.
and like I love ice cream, But I'm obviously not going to eat ice cream every single day. But like things like cookies and you know, stuff that you can just pick from the counter, that was never my kind of cup of tea. Taco Bell, different story. So when I hit like different miles and stuff like that, at least that's my current goal.
Okay.
It's to, I don't want to say reward myself, but also let myself be human. And I'm an absolute sucker for bar food.
Okay.
So that's where I got to be careful with that. So.
Do you lift weights?
I do.
You do lift weights?
I'm currently a low weight, high rep kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like a weightlifting program that you would subscribe? Like I still kind of do CrossFit.
Yeah, I do not.
So we used to do CrossFit pretty heavy, and I feel like doing CrossFit, a lot of those workouts can transfer or be applied to running. Like not just running, but I think maybe not the same amount of weight probably. You know what I'm saying? Because we got pretty heavy sometimes. Mm-hmm. But
we do have CrossFitters on the team.
Yeah.
So they definitely do basically cross training, you know, doing, you know, all the CrossFit stuff and then doing their cardio if they're running on two different platforms. But yeah, they're doing it both for sure.
I think the two can definitely be combined. It would be hard, not impossible, but hard to go full go in both. Like if you really wanted to excel and be like an elite runner and be an elite CrossFitter,
I don't think that's
you have to be like a certain percentage of people in this world.
Yeah,
just because of the heavy weight.
Yeah.
And like I know like mobility, flexibility is a big thing with CrossFit that I think a lot of people struggle with, me being one of them.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes those can lead to injuries and whatnot.
Well, and plus time.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because I mean, you know, being in corporate America, I'm like, man, should I get into golf? Because I love just watching golf. But if you saw my swing, you would know I was a baseball player in my past life. But bottom line is, in order to become anything decent in golf, I'm going to be taken away from running, and I'm also a volleyball player on the side too. So I'm like, I can't juggle that.
You don't say. I got into volleyball last year.
Oh, you did?
I did.
How's that going?
Played in my first adult league. I had a blast.
It's a lot of fun, man.
I think maybe I can convince him to come on out.
I'm good.
No? Right.
Sand or court?
Court,
nice.
Court and mulberries.
That's where I play.
Nice.
That's where I play.
How much time do you, so I'm glad we got this guy on because clearly I have a lot of questions. How much time do you spend
charging him by the hour.
A day running? And how do you balance your running schedule with your work schedule?
First off, it's not a daily thing.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing because, I mean, every day has a purpose.
Okay.
Rest is definitely a purpose. So with the Cleveland community, you know, I'm talking all the different run clubs, I like to have those be the main exercise with it. So Tuesday nights with Run with the Winners, Wednesdays with Guardian Runners, and then Run with the Winners also meets on Saturday mornings as well. So those are going to be my main exercise, and that's always going to be at night. Okay. Well, except for Saturday mornings with Run with the Winners. But my point is, when it comes to having a 9 to 5, I'm still work from home.
Okay.
So I do go and swing past Planet Fitness during my lunch hour, but a lot of the times that's where the cross training comes in, and I can manage my time with that. But I'll be honest, if I had a family, you know, a wife and kids, it would be a bit of a challenge for scheduling. So for any of those who do it, more power to you, and nothing but respect.
Do you run outside in the winter months, like while it's cold and stuff like this?
Run club doesn't end, man. It's a 12-month ordeal, especially in Cleveland. There's been a lot of football weather, we'll just say.
Yeah. So you have to just be prepared, dress for the weather.
When that kind of goes back to your question a few minutes ago about what to wear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of running tights that you can get. Men's tights for it, and when I wear tights, I can't just go like full out like that. I'm wearing shorts as well and socks and stuff like that. Because you do get, you know, runners who are wearing tanks in the winter, and I'm like, that ain't happening.
No, it's not.
And gloves.
And gloves.
I want. I'm definitely wearing gloves.
Tank and gloves.
Yeah, you do get that.
I'm saying
a tank and that's weird.
Tank, tights, and gloves. Yeah.
You're a bad man for that. You're a bad man. Whoever can put it off, person, human being, whatever can do that. You're tougher than me. How's that? The cold is the only thing that punks me. It's the only thing that punks me. Like, because I remember like last year I did 75 hard. I did it in the wintertime because I know I hate the cold. So I did it, you know what I'm saying, because of that.
When you did 75 hard, was there a day that you could think of that like stood out as a day where you were like, maybe it was the conditions or whatever that you're like, this is the day that I know if I can get past this day, I'll be able to finish?
Yeah, I was sick. I had like a virus, some type of virus, like, and I was sick, and I was like, I just put my vest on. I started walking. You know what I'm saying? Like I just started walking, like, because I think you had to do 40 minutes outside and 40 minutes inside at least. So I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I got through it. And then so like once I got through, and that was like day like 30 something. I was like, oh bro, I'm not quitting this. Like I don't care what happens. Like we gonna get this done. And one day I couldn't run because I was really sick. I was outside doing push-ups every minute on the minute for 40 minutes. So every minute I do 2 push-ups or I do 2 squats. Or I do something just to make sure I'm outside working out. Yeah. It was like I was like I gotta figure it out.
Are you guys familiar with Jesse Itzler and David Goggins? Their relationship.
I'm familiar with David Goggins. I don't know about Jesse Itzler.
So Jesse Itzler, he's amongst many things. He was a former like music artist. I think he's a part owner of the Atlanta Hawks, but he's also like an ultra marathoner, and you know, and he had met David Goggins at some sort of race, like a 24-hour race or something out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
That Jesse
ran like
Itzler,
100 miles or something,
or maybe that. And
miles.
And I think you had 24 hours to do it, but you had a team.
Right.
He was on a team. David Goggins was doing it by himself, right?
Yeah, of course.
He noticed him, and this is when he didn't even know who he was or anything. But he had, I guess David Goggins had like broke like a number of bones in his feet, and like then sometime shortly after that did an Ironman or something like that.
Yeah, he used to duct tape his body up.
So he reached out to David Goggins. He just cold called him and was like, hey, like I want you to come live with me for a month. And showed up on his doorstep, and he was like surprised to see him, and he was basically like, he's like, if you were crazy enough to ask me to come live with you, then you must be crazy enough to do what I'm gonna have you do. So the agreement was every day, he was gonna do something different, but he had to do whatever the physical feat was, right?
Yeah.
And this is why he's maintaining his work schedule and all that. So there was one particular day, there was some sort of blizzard in New York, and they had told everyone to stay inside, you don't be out for more than minutes, you know. And he was like, "This is the perfect day for us to go outside." So they went for a run, and then I think they at one point went out to a lake and knocked a hole in the ice, and like just jumped in the water. And David Goggins was like, when you get out, don't touch the ice or else you're gonna burn your skin. So he had to put his hands in his shoes to get out. This nuts, but it made me think of that. Like, there's always something that. Do you remember what day that was that you had the virus? Like, at what point in your 75 that was?
No, but I'm saying it was like day 30 something. It was like 30. Yeah, and I was like, I gotta push through this.
Yeah, it's amazing how some people have that. I really have a lot of respect for people that can.
Well, the good news is you don't have to do that when you're training for the Cleveland Marathon. I'm not making you jump in any ice water or anything like that.
But May in Cleveland could be any kind of weather.
It could be any weather.
It could be 70.
And once 30. I say I'm doing this, bro, like it's done. Like so now, but I was really training for a bodybuilding competition. I mean, a powerlifting competition first. Like I said, I want to do powerlifting, bodybuilding, and marathon. I didn't think the marathon was coming up first, so now I'm gonna have to switch gears a little bit. But I'm down.
Well, it's funny what. Speaking of weather in Cleveland, I have a saying. Unless your name is God or Goddard, you don't know what the weather's going to be on race day.
Yeah.
In honor of the late, great Dick Goddard.
Shout out to Dick Goddard.
Was the
legend.
Yeah. So God or Goddard, you don't know what race day weather is going to be.
Yeah, I've seen it all type. I've seen it rain some days. I've seen it nice some days. But, yeah, I'm down.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, it's going to be happy. Me too.
I want to know, are you going tights and gloves?
No, I'm gonna go tights, probably tight shorts and gloves, because you know I'm a bigger guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So probably tights.
Do you know the guy that runs barefoot in the city?
I'm trying to think.
A barefoot runner?
There's some guy, I had heard about him, I didn't think it was real, and then I also witnessed him last year at the marathon, barefoot, no socks, no nothing, nothing on his feet, and he was running. It was the Cleveland Marathon. Coming over the bridge, I saw him. I'm like, oh, it's true. Yeah, and I guess that's his thing.
He's amazing. Whoever that guy is, like to think about how hard and callous his feet must be.
Yeah. I just got comfortable walking around barefoot in my apartment.
Right.
That's crazy.
Jeez,
that's
crazy. Jeez Louise. So Adam, you where'd you go to school at?
So I actually high school.
Okay.
Proud, Twinsburg, Ohio.
Twinsburg, okay.
Home of Twins Days, the world's largest gathering of twins. First full weekend in August.
That is, yeah.
And college, Kent State University.
Kent State,
I was
Flash.
just at Kent State
Flash
yesterday for a hockey game.
Cool.
Random.
That's very random. I went to Akron U for a year and a half. I know.
You hear you just.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I went there for a year and a half.
I like Akron's campus.
Yeah, Akron has a nicer campus now,
nice.
But Kent had a better campus then. But I think Akron might be a little bit better now.
Let me just put on record, when I went, it wasn't about anything more than sports rivalries. I think the city of Akron and the campus is awesome.
Kent basketball used to take it to. I mean, they still.
Wait, we went dancing last year.
That's true.
Oh, really?
We went dancing, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the year they had Antonio Gates? They're pretty good. Sweet 16, Elite 8, something like that.
Elite 8. Farthest a MAC school has ever gone in the tournament.
Yeah.
When I was at Akron, that was the same time that I think LeBron had just came to Cleveland. So we had Drew Joyce, Romeo Travis playing for Akron, University of Akron.
Yeah. I forgot about those years.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So with this, are you like do you have to be a certain personality to be a runner? Like, are you like a very particular person? Or are you kind of like, because I feel like, who was the guy that used to smoke weed and run? We had him on the show.
Yeah.
Lil Nasty.
Lil Nasty.
You know Lil Nasty?
I know Jake, yeah.
You know Lil Nasty? Okay, so Lil Nasty seems like a wild card, right? But I feel like that's not common. Like, I feel like runners have to be like a certain personality.
He's definitely, and he probably would admit this, he's definitely in a class of his own.
For sure. He's
and not just that, like the quirky stuff, but just him, like his running.
Yeah.
What he's accomplished is just.
Oh, he's going for the record books.
Yeah.
He's very, very open about that. Like, he's trying for a 5K every day, and no joke, he's pushing for like 60 years. So he actually, side note about him, he just completed 10 years straight of 5Ks every single day. At least a 5K distance every single day.
Wild. When he was here, he had showed us his notebook.
His notebook, but
chronicled all his running.
Yeah.
He probably ran here.
Yeah. I think he did. I think he did. He did, and someone picked him up after.
That's his routine. Guarantee that's true.
The first time I met him, it was a run with the winners run. It was the glow in the dark Friday night run, and we're warming up in a circle, and he just like shows up and just like hands on his knees, and he's like, "Sorry guys, I just ran here," and of course I'm thinking. Ran here, like just got here. He had ran from Paynesville.
Yeah, from Paynesville.
Which, for our listeners, is at least 25 miles. It's got to be at least 25 miles.
Oh, easily.
That guy's very impressive, man.
Yeah.
He's very impressive. I love him. He has such good energy.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he
Adam
does
too. Adam's just like a pretty cool dude, man. I'm glad you came, man.
Well, thank you.
I'm digging the blazer, too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's always like my go-to. It's like just put on a t-shirt. Normally, like if it's like a Friday at work, it was always like, I don't know, it's a random sports shirt or
that's a little bit too fancy for us though. Like we don't deserve this.
Well, I had to bring the fresh. We have the fit. We got to bring the fresh.
This a little like we just some raggedy friends.
Oh, what?
More than raggedy. Come on, man. Give yourself some credit.
No, for sure. But
We're a step above.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any vices though? Like being a runner, like
Besides Taco Bell,
do you drink alcohol?
So when it comes to that, once again, if you're a drinker, you're obviously gonna have to during training,
cut it down.
For
sure.
I'm not saying if you have a wedding or some celebration of some sort, in our case, a potential Super Bowl parade, I wouldn't hold back on it. You got to let yourself be human and stuff like that. But
would you recommend a certain type? Would you recommend like alcohol or beer? Because I've heard beer is okay because
alcohol or beer.
I mean, like hard liquor.
Okay.
Versus beer. Like, would you recommend?
I mean, it's once again, it's kind of come down to moderation. Because I mean, to be honest, I'm a fan of both.
Okay.
Like, I'm a fan of, especially during St. Patty's Day, going to be in training and stuff like that. So when you are planning your training and stuff like that, there are days you got to be prepared for, and it's St. Patty's Day is like that. So obviously, if you're going to be drinking that night or St. Patty's Day that morning, you plan your routine around that. And then obviously the next day might be a little bit tougher to run as well. But that's how I always did it. I always would plan ahead, just knowing. I mean, obviously, might get a phone call of like your buddy saying, "Hey, we're going out tonight. You want to go?" If it doesn't affect your training, or if it's like towards the later part of the training, really close to race day, discipline obviously is going to kick in. But it's going to come down to
discipline and sacrifice is everything.
Exactly.
With everything, discipline and sacrifice is everything. That's the key to success, man.
But it's no different than say the cake and ice cream. So the beer and the wine and the liquor, same thing.
Yeah.
Moderation.
I want to ask this question to you guys. It's kind of shifting gears just a little bit. It's kind of along the same line as well. I was thinking about this earlier in the week. What would you say, it's for all of us really to answer, but what would you say as a man is the hardest part about your day?
When I wake up.
Wow. Is that an innuendo?
No.
How far are we in the show before he got? We are 36 minutes in. James, it took you 36 minutes to hold back. The child is done.
No, the hardest part of the day.
Listen, I want to make sure you understand what I'm asking. Okay. This guy. Well, let me ask you a little different.
No.
What is the most challenging part of your day?
At night, I get up so early that like at night I have to like prepare myself for the next day. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm trying to put the kids to bed, doing all this stuff. Like that's the hardest part of my day is winding down and getting the kids ready for bed and getting the next day started. That's the hardest part. I'm a morning person. I get up at 3:16 every day. Go to the gym, work out, train, grind. Then I start coaching at 5 and 6, and then I go work with kids and do all this other stuff during the day. But I would say, like, bro, like that nighttime between 8:30 p.m., it's the hardest part of my day.
I would say for me, it kind of like is throughout the whole day though. This look is scaring me, man.
What's wrong with you?
Because that's the hardest part. You can't see past that, can you?
I can't.
My
Grow
gosh.
up, man. Grow up.
You want me to grow up?
Grow up, dude. Grow up.
Man. You got anything?
Yeah. You know what's bad? It's like, take it at him.
Like, I'll come back to me later. God.
So
Golly.
I know this is kind of bizarre to say, especially in Cleveland, Ohio, but I do get seasonal affective disorder. The gray, especially this time of year, I have to be very careful because it throws, and that's where the benefit of running also kicks in too. So I have a special lamp and everything, so I can get like some, actual, I don't know the exact terms, but it emulates sunlight in a sense of like how your eyes take it in. So that, without a doubt, in the winter months, and when the hours are shortened and stuff like that, that is easily the hardest part because right now I'm currently in a phase where I'm waking up way too early. And it's just a factor of going to bed too early because mentally in my mind, what it is at 6:30 in Cleveland, Ohio in January is what it would be at 10 o'clock in June. So that I've never been a fan of time like with that. Like, if I'm like permanently on Eastern Standard springtime. So I can go all the way.
Such a great time of year too.
Oh my God, it is. But like when I went to Vegas about a year and a half ago, I was there for work.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother trying to adjust. So like 8 o'clock there is when we were done with our day and stuff like that. I went straight to bed.
You think working from home plays an impact on that too?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, because you're out of routine.
Yeah.
You're expecting to, get yourself together, clean up, shower, do all that kind of stuff, get in the car, commute, blah, blah, blah. Now it's roll out of bed, put something decent on.
Hop on the computer.
And then there also is the huge factor of 8 o'clock at night, something pops up in my mind, I might hop on my email and just check it. So that is something I would have never done before the pandemic. So that's a factor.
Yeah, I feel that the whole seasonal depression, I guess, for lack of better words.
Yeah, no, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's part of it. It happens.
I think for me, the hardest, the most difficult part of my day, it's kind of like it happens in different moments, but managing my emotions. Like, I feel that, especially as men, but so I don't want to like necessarily single myself out, but I know for me personally, like conquering my desire to do this, which might be watch TV or eat this thing that I'm not supposed to, and no, I need to get on the bike or I need to whatever. And the time that it comes out the most is when I'm walking my dog and I got somewhere to be.
Do I trigger your managing your emotions?
Why would you think that you trigger my emotions? Because you may or may not be slightly.
I feel like I trigger you emotionally.
There's a term I use, full Tony. You don't want to go full Tony.
No.
Back to the mafia.
Yeah.
Tony's surprised. You see, you already knew.
Yes.
I didn't even have to explain it. You already knew.
He's in the.
Uncle Tio. Yeah. But yeah, you don't ever want to go full Tony because then you're freaking out. And then you're going to the refrigerator and getting the gabagool, and it's a whole thing.
Someone gave me this advice I've been using recently, and it's been helpful. In case nobody knows, I got a little wiener dog, and number 2, is this the second time you about to?
Can you leave me alone? Leave me alone. I'm just my own business over here.
And I love this dude. I love this dude so much. And
his dog's name is Pumper.
It was Piper.
Piper. Yeah, that's right, Piper.
It was Piper. Found out really early why he was named that. Name is Samson. Anywho, I feel like
it's the strongest character in the Bible. You're gonna name your little wiener dog Samson.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the irony of it. Do you not understand irony?
Yeah, I do.
So the other name that I was considering, this is well after I had named him, was Danny DeVito.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, and ironically, Danny DeVito is a
wiener dog
owner.
Really?
Himself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be seen in the streets of New York walking his little dog.
I want a Frenchie.
You look like you want one.
I want a Frenchie. Or an English bulldog.
So you and I cannot agree anymore. Like that is 1,000% mine.
The English bulldog?
1,000%, yes.
Yeah. The Georgia bulldog?
Yeah, the Georgia bulldog, whatever. But it's the English one. I like the little fat, chubby cheek. I love those.
That's the one with the underbite?
Yep. Some of them, some of them underbite.
Yeah.
A lot of Frenchies have underbites too. Yeah.
That's true. And
you can teach them how to skateboard. Remember, I don't know if you remember, I used to be able to skateboard.
I don't remember that because I don't think I ever knew that.
Oh, really? Oh, yes, I used to skateboard.
My favorite animal is a chimpanzee walking an English bulldog. Wow. I'm not making it up. You have like Japanese television shows, and it's like the two characters is like a chimpanzee actually dressed like a little person just walking an English bulldog. My mother will see it on Instagram and immediately send me the videos
That's
every
amazing.
single time.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I fell in love with English bulldogs off of Robin Big. That's also why I started skateboarding too. So I started skateboarding because of Robin Big. But I grew up, I grew up like in Cleveland, the hood. So like it wasn't a lot of skateboards there, right? But I always wanted to skateboard, but I always felt like the gangsters would judge me or jump me. So I never did it. And then when I became an adult, with my own mind, I was like, I want to skateboard, bro.
You thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, like that sucked. But think about that though. Think about how like your environment could affect you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that happens. Think how many kids like you really want to skateboard, but these kids, you're worried that these kids are gonna like pick on you, so you don't do it.
It's funny you make that comment because running is very, very similar. That's with men in particular. I feel like guys get into running way later in life because it wasn't one of the big sports in high school for men. It's not one of the contact sports like football or obviously basketball and baseball or, some schools have hockey and stuff like that. But that was the same mindset of why I didn't become a runner at a younger age, because of that same mindset of your environment and everything. And it was always looked down upon for that exact same reason.
Wow. See how we brought it all together,
bro? So I'm just throwing this out here, okay? You said May 19th or 18th?
May 19th is the full and the half. 18th, the day before, is going to be the 5K and the 10K.
You don't need to worry about the 18th. The 19th is what you need to worry about.
I'm doing the full marathon.
So that, and from now until then, you skateboard at least a certain distance.
I'm not skateboarding anymore. I'm focused on marathon running.
You can't do both?
No. No. How can I, bro? It's nothing but ice outside.
Oh, I disagree. There's no ice right now.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. If you commit to it, I'll buy you a Taco Bell meal.
I don't even like Taco Bell.
I'll eat it then. I almost had Taco Bell last night, by the way.
What's on your menu?
Oh,
what do you go for?
Bro, you don't even, it's trash. Bro. I go all in. I'm not I need a taco guy. I need $15 worth of food guy. I don't go there often. Yeah.
I do chalupas. Chalupas.
I like the
gorditas. I like stuff like
quesadilla,
that.
The
What do you get?
What don't I get?
You probably buy stock when you go there.
Well,
I mean, I would never get like a burrito.
You want
the burritos are good.
You want a controversial opinion right now?
Well, that's what we are.
I'm not a fan. People are going to be outraged. I don't care. Mexican pizzas,
Nah.
Never touch one.
People are religious about the Mexican pizzas.
Really? I'm good.
Those get the commercials.
I like Mexican coffee, though.
Oh, the spice with the spice.
Cinnamon,
Yeah,
the spice is really good.
See, I was thinking the Mexican hot coffee or a hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. Oh, I never had that.
Ooh. What's your beverage at Taco Bell?
Mountain Dew, the Baja Blast.
I don't even have. See, you guys already know.
So
that's the one.
I've never had Baja Blast. To me, looks like it would taste like mouthwash.
Man,
no.
I don't even do Taco Bell, but when you go, that's the one you gotta get.
Because you can get anything else at wherever. You can't get Baja Blast, at least that I'm aware of, anywhere else.
You can't get Baja Blast in a bottle?
Probably, but I've never seen it.
I
never looked for it either.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Do you take any supplements? Like, what type of supplements do you take?
A spoonful of peanut butter in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm a peanut butter kind of guy, and I'm not talking
like
anything expensive. I'm just straight off the shelf kind of. I'm a crunchy peanut butter kind of guy.
So no amino acids, none of that that carb, powder stuff, liquid IV, none of that stuff.
I know when people are watching this, they're screaming at the screen and stuff like that. Just because, during a race and stuff like that, the gels are excellent, and that kind of stuff is great.
Yeah.
Actually, Chris yelled at me once for not being prepared with that kind of stuff because he's very about like the gels and all that good stuff, which I agree with. I got to get way better with that.
Okay.
Because like with just training in general, it's just an excellent refuel, and it prevents injuries too.
Correct.
So it's not even just getting stronger; it's about not getting weaker. But when it comes to stuff, and I know the next part, I'm a big coffee guy.
Okay.
So that's how I get my caffeine in the morning.
It's a good pre-workout.
I love it. I love it.
Does coffee make you have to poop?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I'm just thinking it's not just me, right? Because I think coffee
far
sends
from
me to the
far
bathroom.
from.
I think coffee is a natural laxative too, amongst other things. But it's other earth. It's
It sends me to the bathroom. Like sometimes certain pre-workouts send me to the bathroom too. If I take a pre-workout, and I
mean, that's not surprising though, because you're taking pre-workout. Your heart rate's going up. Your muscles are changing. All that at once. I
gotta poop before I get to the workout.
I've had to go when I was on a bike ride.
Ooh,
like that's the worst.
With like hours kind of bike ride.
Yeah.
And I have figured out a way to like manage the feel. That's very strange, and I hope I'm not saying this, and I'm going to set myself up for it next time. But I've not been in a situation where I've had to get off my bike.
Well, keep eating Taco Bell. Keep eating Taco Bell, and you'll see.
To your point, a spoonful of peanut butter goes a long way. Also to kill hiccups. Just shout out,
Really?
free advice for the listeners.
How to Kill Hiccups by Chad Abraham.
Yeah,
Spoonful of peanut butter. Basically, suffocate yourself.
and I love like a shot of pickle juice.
People are all about that pickle juice.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that
What does that pickle juice do?
for cramping.
Oh, cramp. Oh, for sure. Pickle juice.
Yeah.
No, and mustard. Have you guys ever took a spoonful of mustard when you're cramping? That mustard
Right.
helps like
Pack it?
crazy.
I recently just became a pickle fan
Okay.
because, I mean,
James has been a pickle fan.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, little wiener boy.
There's pickle day. It's a pickle day in her.
Yeah,
All right,
your mouth.
go ahead, Adam.
But with,
There's a lot of stuff going on around here. A lot of power. A lot Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, Adam. Yeah, go ahead.
anyways, but, growing up in a Polish household, we would have, like, my aunt would make, like, pickle soup and stuff like that. So, like, I would always have that stigma just because it was, the smell of dill would be way too strong and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Pickle soup. What else would be in pickle soup?
pretty much that.
Is the
Hot juice.
pickles? Is that
And
is the juice
potatoes,
the
or
is that the
potatoes or
broth?
anything?
I don't know. I say away. I can't
away?
tell you the exact details,
Gosh,
but
I can't
people
even
love it,
picture
man.
that.
So, Polish household. You grew up.
Depends on who you ask. You ask my mother, it's a split.
Okay.
She's Irish.
She's
so,
Irish and
yeah.
Polish. Oh, that's a pretty
Yeah.
good combination.
Well, that ain't Cleveland in a nutshell.
That's Cleveland.
That's Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, did you eat what, pierogies?
Oh, you don't even know. So
What? You love pierogies? Okay, pierogies.
More
Pierogies.
butter and sour cream and onions, please.
man, so my grandparents obviously on my father's side, they were 100% Polish.
Okay.
They came to Cleveland. So my grandfather served for the Polish military, and he was imprisoned in World War II under a Nazi war camp.
Wow.
For 5 years in like a room smaller than like half the size of this,
Wow.
with a cellmate. And my grandmother was captured for just being 13 and Catholic. That's it. So after the war ended, after they were liberated, they got married and had my aunt somewhere in Germany, during the transition period from coming over here. And then once they came to the States, they settled in Cleveland. So especially back then, you would get put in parts of towns that other people would speak your language.
Yeah.
So they were in a Polish neighborhood, and you couldn't find better pierogies. So like that recipe from then on just kept on getting passed on and passed on. And bottom line, my aunt's pierogies are nothing. Like Sokolowski's, which phenomenal Polish restaurant, is no
R.I.P.
longer with us.
R.I.P.
That was the only place my father said would be close to my grandmother's pierogies.
Wow.
But yeah, pierogies, yeah.
There's a spot in Parma that I want to say the Cleveland scene just kind of put on notice. I mean, they've been around forever, but something Schnitzel. It's in Parma. And they're supposed to be known for their pierogies. Are you a pierogi guy?
No. I didn't get hip to pierogies till like about 2 years ago.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah.
Who's making your pierogi? Well, you don't have to answer, but we got to get you some good pierogies. We got to get you.
I'm gonna tell you, they're
Aldi's.
frozen.
Ah,
Yeah.
They're frozen.
Aldi, right?
They're frozen. No, not
Save
Aldi.
a lot?
Mrs. something.
I know what you're talking about. And those could be all right.
Yeah, they're all right. They're all right.
Do you have a place that you, like if you want Polish food in Cleveland that you go to?
Man, it was Sokolowski's.
Yeah.
So currently we're in the looks.
Okay.
Detroit has a lot of good ones too. Detroit here's a fun fact. I've seen the Indians/Guardians in over half the league. I've been to like 19, 20 stadiums. I've seen the Cavs in a handful, and I've been to the Browns in a few places too. But we purposely will go to like Polish restaurants and stuff like that, and we found some good ones throughout the years.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
So if people want to do the marathon, where can they find out more information? Where can they look it up? Like, how do people get signed up and get started?
So you can just go on the Cleveland Marathon website.
Okay.
We do have promo codes on any of our ambassadors. For example, a little quick plug, Adam Save 20.
Okay.
You can use that. We don't get any cuts or anything like that. We're just here to promote the sport and everything along those lines. So if you type in Adam Save 20, you can save yourself 20%. We do have affiliated charities as well.
Okay.
That if you will get a 20% discount as well and be able to benefit their charities of choice as well.
Donate them.
Yeah, so I definitely take a look on that. So that's going to be on the Cleveland Marathon website. But if you follow any of our Instagram accounts, you can't miss it. We're very, 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 very in your face when it comes to how to sign up and stuff like that. We're on the ball with it.
What's your Instagram?
My Instagram, which is going to be a bit of a goofy story, it is AC, that is ACEY, excuse me, McGlockster Run Club, which is a wacky story of itself.
I'm here for it.
AC McGlockster?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that come from?
So, have you ever seen a 70s baseball card where it's all mutton chops, afros, and sunglasses and stuff like that? The 1975 Cleveland Indians jersey is my favorite of franchise history.
Okay.
Those are the red tomato jerseys, where it was...
What year are we talking again?
75.
I'll look that up.
So that is the red on red on red.
Is that you holding your wiener on your phone?
His dog was for all...
Cleveland Marathon, we do apologize. Is my wiener dog.
Your wiener dog, yeah. Was that you holding your wiener dog on your phone? On your...
Adam, I'm so sorry that he interrupted you.
As your wallpaper? Do you really love that dog that much?
How's that for a pause?
Yeah. Yeah. Look at those jerseys, man. Look at those jerseys.
That's
not even with the pants. Yeah. So if you look up 75 team, those are legit. Those are my favorite of all time.
That's too legit.
And
yeah.
So I bought in college the 75 jersey and I had the 75 hat. So that summer, I grew up mutton chops and I made a fake baseball card. And my middle name is Christian, so Adam Christian AC. And Glock was my fraternity frat name.
Okay.
So, or fraternity pledge name, Glock 9. As a play off of my last name, Gockowski, Glock. So I just made it up and made a fake baseball card.
That's awesome.
So that's all it was an alter ego joke. And then when I live in Lakewood. I've been in Lakewood for 10 years now. So when I got my apartment and I created my bar and stuff like that, I called it AC McGlocksters. Then once I got into running, I'm like, what would be a fun name? And it was just straight up. My Instagram was just about, for those who are also trying to get into shape.
Yeah.
Come and follow me. And let's race together. Let's just, support each other. And I'm like, let's do AC McGlockster Run Club. So then I just kept it, and, it makes a funny story.
Is that baseball card floating around somewhere?
Actually, yeah, it's somewhere. I can probably find it. I think it was my profile picture for quite some time.
Can you grow a beard?
Man, I could. Okay. For some reason, I chopped it up recently, and I'm having, bad marks on my face. I gotta, somehow regrow it again. It got patchy after a while.
Yeah, I can't really grow a beard. Well, I can, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work.
The Eastern European genes. Oh, I was the first one to grow. Well, me and my one buddy in high school were, by junior year, we were looking like Abraham Lincoln, man.
Wow.
It was, yeah. Yeah, so growing a beard was mustache. I can't do that.
You can't do a mustache?
No.
I could do a mustache.
I mean, I shaved my face maybe 2 days ago.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday. This morning you shaved, and now look at you.
I was actually here in the studio shaving.
And then boom.
You
are the definition of 5 o'clock shadow. Would you have a 5 o'clock shadow if you shaved in the morning?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
I don't believe that.
No. Like I said, this is about 2 days ago. I do like the shadow. I used to have a big beard. I do miss that. Damn. It was the daily upkeep and the care that was.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot.
When it's going to your lips like that, or when your teeth can actually pull it out, that's the worst.
Depends who you ask.
Hey, so today, guys, it's been a great show. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man?
What you mean?
Hey, never mind. Look, representing Cleveland, baby. See me in my Browns attire. You know what I'm saying?
It looks like there wants to be letters or words here, but there's not.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Where'd you get it at? I like the hoodie.
From Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a where I'm from hoodie though. So you know.
I got you.
Hit the where I'm from.
They got those at rallies too, Rally House.
Yeah. So I mess with where I'm from. So it is what it is.
I got my black tee on. You know, there's nothing to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want one bit of advice for your training?
Yes.
You include smaller races to build up to the bigger race throughout the training.
Okay.
So 5Ks, 5 milers, that kind of stuff helps. That was always my mentality since day one, and that's helped me significantly.
You smaller races build. Okay. That's so be it. So be it. I'm
May
excited
19th,
about
they're gonna
this.
see him.
Yeah.
He's gonna stick out. He'll probably won't have a shirt on.
I will have a shirt on.
Or he'll probably have on a leather trench coat with fur at the starting line, and then he'll take it off.
No, I'll probably wear like headbands and like wristbands.
looking like semi-pro.
Yeah, like semi-pro, something like the 70s. I'll do something like that with a jersey on or something.
People get creative with it, man. Yeah. They
Got a banana. Got the banana
Matt's
guy.
he's one of the ambassadors.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Matt's one of the ambassadors.
He wears a banana suit.
He dresses. He runs as a banana.
Yeah.
That's his thing, right? Every time. Is it-
Every single one. Yeah.
Maybe we gotta find a thing for you.
I don't want you to
Maybe
be part of it. I
you
don't
could be
want
the
you
Black
to-
Elvis. He already talked about the chops. Maybe you could.
I don't want you to come up with any creative for me.
We'll
bro.
figure it out. We'll come up with something. For him. Something
What
gimmicky.
about I don't
Maybe-
want you to, how about now?
Mark Henry,
How about now?
Booker T,
Mark Henry.
How about stop it?
cheetah suit.
How about shut up, man? What's wrong
We
with you?
do some shit.
Hey, man, we out here. Thank you, man.
No, thank
bro.
you guys. It was a
Appreciate
pleasure.
you
It was
being here,
awesome
man.
being here, and thank you guys so much for having me.
Let's do it. Just like that. Follow us on Fresh and Fit for now. Name change coming soon, guys. Contract in the works. Gotcha. Peace.